Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SportsPoint, brought to you by Pointer Studios. I am your host, Jacob Spoerl. We are so back. Joined here to my right, we've got the Brett McNamara and Cole Schneider. Gentlemen, we didn't die on Halloween. We have officially returned. How you guys doing?
It's been 3 weeks since the last SportsPoint show.
Yeah. We've been busy.
Time's going by fast, dude.
Really fast. I mean, these 3 weeks have floated. Obviously, the week after, we had that special opportunity to call a Division I broadcast, women's basketball.
Guys, we made it D1.
We are
officially
guys,
D1.
Hey, stay off of me. I'm officially D1 now, so autographs off to the side. No flash photography. You know how it goes.
And then last week, obviously, we had the special Monday Night Football broadcast, play-by-play, for the Packers and Eagles game. It was fun. Thank you to everyone that showed up. Obviously, the game sucked.
I was there.
You were there.
I was there.
But I have a little bit of a deeper voice today. I'm coming off a bit of a cold, but busy this sports equinox. Haven't gotten a ton of sleep, but we persevere. Liam Sheen's also in the house, in the fishbowl. Liam, how you doing?
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. We'll take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, coming up soon. We got Thanksgiving. Are you guys excited?
Sure.
It's cold part of my dinner plan.
Okay, so let's get on. Let's get on with the sports. Obviously, a lot has happened this past weekend or so, and probably beyond. Obviously, we got some fall sports around campus starting, like hockey and basketball, with some concluding, like football and women's volleyball. So we're gonna get into all of that. Of course, stuff in the professional world, but we got to start it off as we always do, with the crowning champion segment. My crowning champion for this week is Christian Watson, wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers, who yesterday, as of recording it was yesterday, against the New York Giants, had 4 receptions on 5 targets, 2 of which were for touchdowns. That last touchdown catch he had by Jordan Love, great throw, but also an incredible catch in the corner of the end zone. That was the score that ended up giving the Packers the go-ahead lead to win that one. And hold on. Brett wanted me to do the Selly.
I practiced with them beforehand, so.
Was that good?
No, it was not good.
Do it again.
No, it's worse.
No.
Yeah, we got it.
Ready?
No, go ahead.
3.
You got it first.
That was worse than mine.
Yours is like. All right, ready. You left. Jacob's just left. Ready? That's tough. That's aura right there.
All right.
That's aura.
After that,
That throw did remind me of an Aaron Rodgers type throw to the corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
Perfect spot, right where it needed to be.
beautiful.
That was beautiful.
And it was a bad snap, too. He had to corral it up here, had to bobble it, and then just threw it on a whim. It was awesome. Who wants to go next for their crowning champion?
I can go, yeah, for sure. Danis Jenkins, the Detroit Pistons, I believe he's a second-year guard from, I can't remember where he's from. But last 3 games, he's popping off. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists against Washington, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 12 assists against Chicago, and then 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 8 assists against Philadelphia. He's been playing out of his mind, and a lot of people are kind of putting him with Ryan Rollins, the Milwaukee Bucks point guard.
Yeah.
They actually trained with the same guy during the offseason. I saw a little graphic about that. So, yeah, both of them are stepping up pretty good in their second season or third season here in the league. So, yeah, he's playing some pretty good mids, Danis Jenkins.
Yeah, you talk about basketball. I feel like I didn't even mention it. We're all wearing something pretty similar.
We are?
We are?
No, I didn't notice.
Shorts.
Then, yeah.
Yeah. Don't stand up. Don't stand up.
I'm not wearing shorts.
Me and Cole are, though. No, we're all obviously wearing Giannis jerseys. All different Giannis jerseys, so.
Gotta rep the Cream City.
All right. Cole, you're up.
My crowning champion goes to Bryce Young of the Carolina Panthers. 31 for 45, 448 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Dang.
You know, he was benched during his rookie year, and now he's balling out.
Shout out
He's
to
doing great.
Crazy.
Red Rifle.
Yeah, Red Rifle.
And they beat the Falcons 30-27 in overtime. The first time the Panthers have swept the Falcons since 2013.
Wow.
That's
Dang,
crazy.
they didn't even do that in their 15-1 year.
No, that was their only loss.
That was their only loss.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Then shout out to Ted McMillan, 8 receptions, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
He's looking like it's either him or Ibuka so far this season who's the best receiver out of this rookie class for 2025. Something I also want to touch upon. Bryce Young now has the record for the most passing yards in a game as a Panthers quarterback. He beats Cam Newton with this last performance, so that's incredible. Former MVP, of course. Did you guys watch that game at all?
I did. I watched the very end of it. Yeah, it was great.
awesome.
Rico Dowdle had a nice catch at the end, and I thought he scored the touchdown.
Bro.
My fantasy team was literally like, "Oh my gosh, finally!"
Still
And he
won
stepped out
fantasy,
at like the
but
10. Yeah, Rico. It was a good play, Rico, and then it was a touchdown to Tet at the end, and then overtime went pretty good for the Panthers, obviously.
Yeah.
Going 30 win, so 30-27.
Heck yeah. Well, that was the crowning champion segment. That'll move us right on to the 3-Point Try Campus Roundup brought to you by Point Brewery. And we got a flavor of the month. I'm going to do something a little different this time for my soda. I'm going to pass this out. So far, right now, flavor of the month is orange cream made with 100% real sugar. Point Premium Orange Cream is handcrafted in small batches with the purest water, fresh orange, all-natural vanilla, and genuine Wisconsin honey. This dreamy blend creates a classic, rich, creamy taste. True gourmet at its finest. Now, I just want to do something interesting. Show it off. See the orange? You guys can start sipping. I'm going to get out the mystery box.
Mystery box.
Should we do a little drum roll?
Lukewarm mystery box.
Should we re-roll?
Reroll.
Yeah, like that's good. Just something.
Oh!
Third time's the charm. Hey!
Some lukewarm soda right there, Jacob.
Hey, Point Premium Orange Soda and whatever soda is.
This is getting cocktail.
No matter if it's cold or warm, it's still
Guys, I'm going to
delightful.
be honest. It's cool. I mean, I had the window open in here earlier, so.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Ooh.
The smell.
I don't think it can expire, right? Tastes good. All right, I'm going to go first.
Next thing you know, Jacob's dead.
So for my campus sport I'm going to cover today, it's UWSP football. Obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, the season has ended for the Pointers, ending with a 4-6 record, so obviously wound up being a losing record. And the season ended on senior day against UW Lacrosse. Did you watch that game, Cole?
I did. We aren't last, though.
Well, hold on. I'm going to get there. We played 14th ranked Lacrosse, and that win was big for them because if they beat the Pointers, they probably would get a playoff bid into the NCAA Division III football tournament. And with the win, they're in. So they're in the playoffs. And the Pointers, even if they did miraculously upsetting and beating Lacrosse, it would have been only for the purpose of playing Spoerl. There's no way they would have gotten into the playoffs, but they would have had their first season of at least 500. So that would have been cool. But obviously, I mean, I can't put it lightly. The game wasn't good.
What are you talking about? No,
Charlie
Pointers
Smith,
played.
unfortunately, in his final game as a Pointer, as a senior, just had a rough performance through 2 interceptions early in the second half. Ended up getting benched for Drew Vinny, freshman quarterback, and that was a little rough.
You don't want to see that, especially as a senior for his
No,
last
not
game.
at all. So
I
it didn't
felt
end
bad.
off
I felt
great.
bad for him.
Didn't end off great to the Pointers. Congrats, though, to all the seniors. And even though it wasn't a winning season, it was still the most entertaining and enjoyable football season we've had since I've been here. This is my senior year. I think my freshman year we had 1 or 2 wins. It might have been 2. I don't know. Sophomore year we had 1 win against St. Norbert.
It was St. Norbert, I believe.
And then I think my junior year, we either had 1 win against St. Norbert or Albion. So, we didn't wins more than 1 were really not often. So the fact that we swept non-conference opponents and then had that awesome Eau Claire game a couple weeks ago, I don't even know if we've talked about that on the show. That was a great time. So, we are not last. We did not finish in last place for the first time in like 6 years or 7 years in the WIAC. Eau Claire does.
You brought that on yourself.
Eau Claire finishes in 8th place, last place after their loss 2 weeks ago to the Pointers at home at Stevens Point. So that is awesome because sorry for my friends that go to Eau Claire, but there's just so much.
Zehrs.
What?
Hello?
Lahu
Zehrs.
Yeah, they lost. So
What's a blue goal?
What even is a blue
what
goal?
is a blue goal?
It's whatever you want it to be.
But I'm gonna bring up the playoffs right now. So currently, or at least for right now, there are 4 WIAC teams in the postseason bracket, which all include La Crosse, Platteville, River Falls, who is number 1. They won the conference, and Whitewater. However, UW Stout, the Blue Devils. What are you looking at? What?
Oh,
You okay?
potential thing to talk about, but I don't know.
You want to talk about it?
No, carry on.
Okay.
No, keep
Keep
going.
for later.
For later.
Yep, keep
So
going.
UW Stout, while they didn't make the playoffs, they were so close to being nationally ranked, guys, that they're going to participate in the Isthmus Bowl presented by Culver's. So they just essentially get a bowl game in Division III.
They were in that bowl game last year. I believe.
Yes, they were.
Yeah,
so they're repeating, heading back to that bowl game. It's grasping at straws. They weren't good enough to make a playoff bid, so they're getting into that. But obviously, I kind of want to talk about the WIAC.
Richie
you guys.
Murphy, the
What?
Arena Bowl professional.
Yeah.
Arena Bowl professional.
So
football.
UW Oshkosh, the Titans, did not have a great season. I think they only had 1 or 2 more wins than the Pointers did. And I'm pleased because they've had a lot of recruiting and there's been a lot of talk.
Where did
thrown
they
around.
finish in the conference?
I think 6th.
I tried to get it.
You son of a. No, I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, North Central could repeat. They've been undefeated this year. They won. I believe they had an undefeated season and won.
Can't
playoffs.
stop Caleb Blaha.
But I was gonna say,
Best Division.
Caleb
3 football
Blaha's
player
healthy.
this
The
year.
Falcons out of River Falls might win it.
Is there a Heisman in Division 3 or what's it called? Is it
There's
is it-
All
or is it
American.
just called?
There's All
It's
American.
just
Oh, yeah,
I don't think
there's-
they have like an individual award because
That
he's
would
just
be-
not that known.
He would win it. I think he would. He's played out of his mind this season. So
I think this is good. Did you see that?
I
Did you
think
get a
this
shot
is
of
good.
I think this is good.
as he means expiration.
Yeah,
I
no,
think-
it tastes good. I just want to make sure I'm not drinking something that is expired. You guys want to try?
No,
thanks.
okay.
No thanks.
Yeah,
All right. You guys want to talk about your sports? Yeah.
We'll talk about men's basketball. They balled out Saturday. Me and Brett were at that
Oh
game.
my goodness.
It was very stressful. They come back. They were down 39-19 and ended up winning 86-75. That's a 31-point turnaround. That's absurd. Josiah Butler, 26 points, 13 for 15 from the free throw line. Kyle Crone, 15 points, 7 for 13 from the free throw line. And Logan Baumgartner, Seth Myron, both with 11 points.
Myron. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, I mean, going back to that game, I mean, that first half, 39-19, it was getting to that point where it's like, oh no,
I genuinely thought we were going to lose it.
I thought we were gonna lose.
I was listening.
Usually, I'm pretty optimistic about the way the Pointers were playing. I'm like, okay, they're only down by 8. And this is it's a pretty close enough game. Sure. And then it got to that 20-point mark, and I'm looking at Cole while trying to call the game. I'm like giving him the eyes of this is looking bad. So then I started saying the broadcast, I'm like, if we can cut it down to 10, underneath 10 before we go into halftime, that's pretty good.
They were down by
I think
11 at
12.
halftime,
11 or
12?
12. So I'm pretty optimistic going into half. I mean, better than 20 obviously. And then they come out and it's like the teams flipped identities, really.
They did.
They really did. But the Pointers, I believe they were shooting around 33% in that first half. They shot 58%.
Wow.
Going
And
into the second half.
Edgewood was shooting 59% in the first half.
And
then
they shot 32
Yeah.
in the second half. So they were
Complete flip.
Yeah, the teams flipped. Edgewood, I was trying to listen to their bench while broadcasting, and it was they were just all ticked off. And
You could just see the looks on their faces.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were.
And it's funny because when you're broadcasting, obviously towards the Pointers side, there was a guy inbounding the ball, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to say as loud as possible. I'm like, I don't really know what's going on with Edgewood right now. They're just completely falling apart. They can't do anything right. And the guy kind of looked around. I'm like, I got you.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
a really good game.
No, the refs thought that we were the replay booth too.
Oh my gosh, the rest came up to us all right, guys, so you guys are the replay booth, right? And we're like, no.
That is really cool, though, that you guys get replay, at least in D3.
And the refs did actually come up and tell us what was going on too, and
God,
that hasn't happened before.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, the refs, they would call the play, if there was a
Debate,
miscommunication
yeah.
or debate about something, they're like, all right, yeah, let's talk it over. They would come up to us and tell us what the official ruling was before they announced it on the court.
Wow.
So I've never seen that
That
before.
hasn't happened before.
That
so
is
that's
awesome.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's so
I've never
cool.
seen that before. But yeah. Shout out to the refs for the Wyatt game, even though they called a lot of fouls. And not a
That
lot of
second
fans
half
were
was
happy.
the longest half ever. They were both in double bonus with
10 minutes remaining. There's 10
remaining.
minutes remaining. They're both in double bonus.
And it was every other possession, Pointers or Edgewood was on.
Well, you got fouled
the
and
fouls.
you're right to the free throw line.
Yeah.
So Reimer, the rookie, got fouled out. Carter Combs got fouled out. Then
Myron and Baumgartner were both at 4.
everybody was in foul trouble. It was bad.
Yeah.
But luckily, it didn't go down the route that I thought it was going
Hey,
to. But yeah,
at least we
Pointers
won.
win.
Took it
Pointers
up.
win. Yep.
Home opener, season opener. Congrats to the Pointers. And then, Brett, who's your sport?
My sport is the men's hockey team for Stevens Point. They only played one game, or not one game since the last show, but most recently they played one game against number 4th ranked St. Norbert. They lost that one 4-2, where the Pointers, we were there, me and Jacob were, and it was a 2-0 lead in that first period. And we thought the Pointers had a pretty good chance. Liam Stats texting, he's like, as long as they hold the lead. They did not. Spoiler alert. St. Norbert ended up coming back, tying it 2-2 going into the third period.
Yep.
And then they scored 2 more in that third, and that was pretty much it. It was just bad defense from the Pointers from the second period on, and offensively, or just all around, St. Norbert really just played very good hockey. They were all
They
over
are
where
ranked
the puck
4th in the
was.
country for a reason.
Well, exactly. But yeah, they played out of their minds after that first period. I don't know what the head coach talked about. There's a reason he's been there for so long.
Yeah, I mean, he's
figured
now
it
the
out.
most winningest coach in Division III hockey history. In collegiate, he's tied for the most or second most all time in all of levels of college. But for D3, he has the winningest record of all time, the St. Norbert head coach. And, being at that game, we had a great time. It was the home opener for the Pointers. They'd already played 4 games up to that point, so they had a 2-2 record heading into the game. In the Key City Classic to open just the hockey season in general, they went 1-1. They lost their first game, but then won their consolation match against non-conference rivals, Augsburg out of Minnesota. And then they went over to Minnesota. They lost 1 game, and I think they beat St. Mary's the other game. So they were 2-2 heading into this one. And St. Norbert was pretty good out of the gate. Defensively, they were solid. But the Pointers' offense was persistent, and that they scored that goal, that second goal, with 5 seconds left in the first period. Now, they were on the power play, but still, Chris Engelbert is having a great year so far. It was awesome. But, yeah, I just feel like heading into the second and the third period, our offense just kind of lost life. And
depleted it really.
it reminded me a lot of these last couple of years. I've been watching Pointer hockey and just D3 hockey in general. And when so early on in the season, I just feel like you see a lot more mistakes in the pass game and trying to advance anything offensively. And I feel like we saw that a little bit. And St. Norbert was the more consistent team. They held on, and they scored that last goal because they pulled Alex. The Pointers were desperate. They were down 3-2 with under 2 minutes to go, and it was an empty net. So 6-on-5 action, and St. Norbert scored that 4th goal just in a wide open net.
Yeah, Braden Beam had a pretty good shot at it.
Yeah.
It was.
There's some good players on this team, and I'd be excited to call another game from them again.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they even had their own station come down and call the game as well.
Yeah,
So
it was cool. We got to meet them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
Very
awesome.
nice
Norbert?
crew.
Yeah.
They had their own radio station.
Their own radio
That's
guys.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
So
Very
yeah.
nice.
The next game the Pointers will be playing is this Friday against UW River Falls. So when this episode comes out, it'll be at 7 p.m.
We're gonna call it.
Yep.
Stay on the channel if you're watching here right now. Just we'll have a live stream. It'll be around 7 o'clock Central Time. It'll be the first conference game against River Falls.
Yeah. River Falls, I believe they won. They actually played in the WIAC championship last year against Eau Claire, correct?
Oh,
I
think it was
I thought it was
Superior.
Superior and Eau
Was it
Claire.
Superior?
I think it
I
was
thought
Superior and Eau
was
Claire.
River Falls the 1 seed?
No,
Superior
I
was.
thought. I don't know
Yeah.
what game I was watching. Disregard.
River Falls
everything
maybe
I
made it
just
to the
said.
semifinals.
I know they were facing
yes,
Superior.
Yes. Well, the WIAC semifinals.
The WIAC semifinals, yeah.
Yes. They were the team that played.
Because Superior was Superior the 1 seed.
Yeah, Superior was the 1 seed. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, I know what I searched up. Okay. But yeah, and then their first official WIAC away game will be against UW Superior on Saturday. So 2 WIAC games. Yep, 2 WIAC games this week.
Awesome. Well, thank you again to Point Brewery for sponsoring the segment, and thank you for the mystery flavor. I don't know if we'll do that next week, but we're definitely going to do it again before semesters end, and that'll take us on to the NFL update, where we start talking about
We start
talking about professional sports, and we're going to start off with the Green Bay Packers. So,
Thank God.
since the last time we met,
Why?
at least on a traditional SportsPoint episode, we were looking pretty good, flying high. We beat the Steelers. And then we had a bit of a 2-game stretch where we sucked. We sucked. I can't put it any lighter than that. We lost to the Carolina Panthers. I believe it was 16-13. Offense, terrible that game, mistakes. And Rico Dowdle ran all over us.
Tucker Kraft died.
Tucker Kraft didn't die, but yeah, Tucker Kraft tore his ACL. So he is out for the season. He had to get season-ending surgery. It is a season-ending injury, and it's really sad because he's a great guy, great human being, also a great player, and has been the offensive catalyst. I mean, he's the best tight end in the NFL if he doesn't get hurt. What's that?
It was River Falls.
That made it?
Mm-hmm.
They did upset Superior.
right.
That's right.
That's why I was like, yeah, I swear they won it because I remember watching on my phone because I wasn't broadcasting the game. I'm like, guys, River Falls won. We would be the home team.
Why didn't you say that?
Huh?
I'm just kidding. I said, why didn't you say that?
I did.
Don't speak in that tone, child.
Okay, Mr.
Yeah, I don't know where this deep voice is coming from, but I don't hate it. It's going to be gone soon. Anyway, so yeah, it was bad against the Eagles too. We scored
7 points.
7 points. And how many quarters did that take? 4! It took 4 quarters. You can go and watch me react to it live, still on the channel. I was dying inside. I honestly should rename that live stream to the Crash Out Bowl, because that's what it was. Yeah, it's just play calling's been bad. Jordan didn't play great against the Eagles or the Panthers. A lot of injuries.
Shout out to our defense, though.
Shout out to our defense, yes.
Yeah.
But we should run the famous Matt LaFleur inside zone. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ready? Say what?
Inside zone, inside. They're running it right there. Inside zone, right there.
And, no, Matt LaFleur says we got to run this one, boys. Sorry, you can't audible at the line.
We also have had a lot of kicking troubles. McManus is statistically, I think, worst
He
or
is the
tied for
worst.
the worst kicker in the NFL this season up to
the
this
kicker
point,
this week.
and has been dealing with an injury. And we've the most questions I've ever seen about Matt LaFleur being the head coach came into question. So heading into this game this past weekend against the New York Giants at MetLife was a big deal because if we lost that game, I mean, I would say Matt LaFleur is on the hot seat and is playing for and is coaching for his job. But we ended up winning that game against the Giants, 27-20. The legend of 27 lives on. If you don't know, Jordan Love turned 27 this year. It's a lot of Packer fan superstition that if your quarterback turns 27, they're probably winning a Super Bowl because I don't know what happened with Bart Starr, with Brett Favre, with Aaron Rodgers.
It was just Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
No, it was Bart Starr too.
Bart Starr won it at the age of 27.
Now, I don't know if it was a Super Bowl, but he won it.
I'm sure maybe, yeah, he
championship
won like 5
against
championships.
Dallas Cowboys.
He did. So, and as much as I don't love playing into that superstition all the time, it's something that people point out because we've won now 5 of our 6 wins this season with the score of 27. So there's got to be something to that. However, there was some controversy because the Giants had a ton of injuries. Starting quarterback, Jackson Dart, out. Starting running back, rookie, Cam Scatterbo, out for the year. Starting wide receiver, Malik Neighbors has been out for a while. They're losing some other guys on the defensive side of the ball as well. I think their starting
Also
quarter
Debo.
in Debo.
Yep.
I think Tyler Nubin was hurt too.
Yep.
Yeah, but their defensive line still rocked.
They
on.
still,
gosh.
they still have Dexter Lawrence, and they didn't have Kayvon Thibodeau, but they still had
Brian Burns.
Dexy. They still have Brian Burns, who's been arguably the first or second best pass rusher in the NFL. They still
I
have
think he's
Just
leading
all
the
the
league in
celebrations
sacks, is he
today. I'm
not?
sorry, I have
Brian
to.
Burns is almost leading the league in sacks.
Brian
I
Burns is
believe.
a great football player. So underrated.
Spider-Man. By ball knowers, people know how good he is. And
Oh, yeah.
he was great.
Does
on the
Omar
Panthers.
miss him on the Panthers?
Oh, he does. We talk about it all the time. I actually rebuilt the Panthers on Madden, and I actually traded for Brian Burns back. 'Cause
Good job.
I feel like he deserves to be there.
So it was a great win overall. Obviously, Jordan Love played really well after returning from injury. A lot of players got hurt in that game. Josh Jacobs avoided a serious potential season-ending knee injury. He'll be hopefully back pretty soon. PFF graded Love's performance at a 93.1, which is the best PFF grade in his career. And obviously, PFF doesn't necessarily have the best grading tools, but still pretty cool.
We can even look at his QBR.
Malik
too.
Willis and the backup running backs, Emmanuel Wilson and Chris Brooks, had a great day. Malik Willis stepped up and threw an amazing touchdown pass to Christian Watson. Speaking of Christian Watson, we talked about him. He played outstanding. We desperately need him down the stretch. I didn't mean to cut you off. Brett, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, I feel like we should kind of throw Malik Wilson in a type of a read option kind of play. I feel like that would be great.
Me and my brother have been saying that for years. You can still use him.
Exactly.
Yes,
And I
he
feel
can be like a
you
Taysom Hill for us.
Well, if you think about it, realistically, the Giants were expecting Malik Willis to come in. So that completely changes the way you play defense because Malik Willis, you go back to more of a man-to-man zone instead of zone, and it's just No, Malik. Well, you can obviously run it more with Malik because he's faster.
You obviously notice Matt LaFleur has different play calls.
Yeah,
and
that's
then you're
what I
reminded
said,
why,
yeah.
offensive guru, like there is Matt LaFleur. We've been missing that for the last couple weeks.
And
And
it
he's
looked
just
good
so
when he was out there.
inconsistent with his play
And
calling.
that's what I don't like
get it.
about the fan base is they're like, oh my gosh, Malik Willis look great. Well, that's because the Giants weren't ready for that. And then when he goes in, obviously Malik is going to play the way he's supposed to play. Like,
And
that's
Love still balled out.
And Jordan Love played great when he came back. So it's like, yes, you can throw Malik Willis in there for a little bit more read options, or even, I mean, I could even see something where both of them are in at one time.
Yeah.
And then you do a little pitch pass. I don't know. But, like, throw some stuff together, Matt. I mean, this is exactly what you're supposed to do as the head coach.
You see what Sean Payton did with Taysom Hill in New Orleans?
I don't think Malik Willis is that type of football player, but
I mean, like, we could do something like that.
You do a hybrid package, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last good thing I was going to mention, the last positive, is that Micah Parsons, on the final play of the game, blocked by 3 different players before earning his game-sealing strip sack, and I didn't even mention Evan Williams got an interception to essentially end that game. That was awesome. However, I do want to mention the bad because it was a very mixed bag of a game. Dropped passes on both sides of the ball. Offense, rough day. I think Wiley dropped a pass, the third-string tight end.
Oh, can I talk about that? Keep on going. I want to talk about Josh Wiley a little bit here.
Musgrave had a couple of drops, one of which, honestly, in my opinion, probably should have been a fumble. So we got bailed on that. Romeo Dobbs dropped it like 3 times.
Oh, that was
Which is
hard to
crazy.
see.
He's like the only guy that, like, the last few years where he hasn't dropped a football. So I'll give him that.
Yeah, I don't know. He had some bad drops. And also, defense. We dropped 4 potential interceptions.
Carrington Valentine had at least 2 of those.
2 dropped. Javon Bullard had a dropped one. I mean, I don't know. Like, anytime, both sides of the ball was hitting our hands, we couldn't hold on up until the very end of the game. So I'm glad we finally got an interception. The run defense was bad again for the second time in 3 weeks. They were really bad against Rico Dowdle. Phenomenal against Saquon Barkley, but then poor against Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary. I really don't understand why it's so inconsistent for us. Do you want to say your thing about Josh Wiley?
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about Josh Wiley. I'm going to be plain simple. Yes, he caught a touchdown. Josh Wiley is not that great of a football player. If you're watching anything besides that touchdown, this guy cannot block. Whether it's going out for a run on the outside or going even just pass blocking in general, he cannot block. And then just the decision making, this guy. There was I can't remember, but I think it was one of the Giants' corners blitzed. And he came around the outside, and you just let him run right by. And I swear it reminded me of just watching a middle schooler right tackle, just letting the guy go right by him. I was so ticked off. I've never been this mad.
You were mad.
At a Packers football player before multiple times in one game. Josh Wiley needs to be off this roster. I do not care if he caught a touchdown. I was just searching up Ben Sims to try and sign him back. The Vikings picked him up.
That was Josh Wiley's participation trophy.
He's not a decent tight end. The Packers can do much better. I know they can. And I know Tucker Kraft's out, so you're relying on guys to step up.
None of our tight ends look good.
If you want to win the Super Bowl, Josh Wiley's does not need to be playing football for this team. He can stay in the practice squad, but get him off the active roster. And just the tight end position just does not look good. I think our best tight end right now is John Fitzpatrick. I'm going to be honest.
It's not crazy. Luke Musgrave has not looked great. All I know is Brett McNamara, Josh Wiley's #1 fan. I'm going to say the last thing about this game is that a win is a win. We'll take it. Were there a lot of injuries for the Giants? Sure. Were there a lot of injuries for us that stacked up in this game? Absolutely. And prior to that, it was definitely a mixed bag, but we won, and we're now second in the division. We're not going to say who's in first. We're going to save that for a minute. But, guys, we got to focus on Sunday. Josh Wiley's on the screen.
So it's the Incredible Boy gif, and he's just looking at the painting and whips it off. Yeah.
So this upcoming game on Sunday, we are home again at Lambeau against the Minnesota Vikings. This is the start.
This is a must-win.
This is a must-win. From here on out, I would argue every game is a must-win.
Yeah.
We are getting to late November football, early December. We're truly every game, Thanksgiving
my favorite
football.
football
I
games.
love Thanksgiving
Oh my
football.
gosh.
But guys, I'm going to mention that in a sec. So we got Vikings to start this divisional gauntlet. Then only 4 days after that game, on Thanksgiving, we play the Detroit Lions in Detroit, and then we get 10 days rest before we come back home and play the Chicago Bears, who we then will play 2 weeks after that. But 3 straight games against North opponents. Guys, we went 1-5 in the division last year. Without Carl Brooks' finger, we go 0-6. So we need to stack up those division wins if we want to get a good playoff spot, and that would just be obviously the road to try to get to a championship. But we need to make the playoffs first. We got to win out.
Do you think they could flex that December 14th game against the Packers and Broncos to Sunday Night Football?
Packers and Bears, you mean?
No, Packers and Broncos.
in MetLife.
December 14th. I think that's a good
If
flex.
they did, they
it's a
would have to
325,
flex it.
or it'd be America's Game of the Week on Fox.
They could flex it.
Is it a noon slot right now?
It's a 325 game slot.
Well, that would be America's Game of the Week. That wouldn't be flexed.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
We'll see. And
we'll
then
see.
that's it for the Packers. I'm predicting a victory. Should I do the cheesehead thing?
Yeah.
All right.
You need to do the cheesehead thing.
Yeah, I don't know why that was up for discussion.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Breathe, Jacob, breathe.
Dang. Final score, 27 for the Vikings, 28 for the Packers. Is my hair bad again? I know that happened last time, and that's a big thing.
It's currently
I need someone to come out here and tell me my hair was bad. It's all right.
Vikings and Cowboys. And I think there's a lot better games that could be flex. Lions, Rams.
Remember Vikings Cowboys a couple years ago when they got destroyed by Dallas? That was the year that the Vikings had like a good record, but
Yeah.
hey, don't matter.
A lot of good
Let's talk about
games.
around the NFL, guys. The Patriots and
That's
the Broncos
crazy.
are the AFC frontrunners.
Crazy.
Did
right
anybody
now.
look at that? I was literally watching it with Omar. It is currently it's the Steelers, the Patriots, the Broncos, and
the Colts.
And the Colts. Andrew Luck, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning. Guys, we are back.
Well, it's actually Drake May, Daniel Jones, Bo Nix, and Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers.
I think the Tennessee Titans really screwed up when they fired Mike Vrabel.
Oh,
I was so confused.
I
I
thought you were
was
gonna
like,
say
oh,
I know. I'm
Tennessee
just like
Titans.
the way Mike Vrabel has turned around this Patriots organization this year.
I thought you were
It's
about to
insane.
say Cam Ward.
It's
and
a
I was like,
complete.
dude, it's
no,
not
you're
Cam
right,
Ward's
Cole.
fault.
It's a
complete
complete
180.
No, I agree.
flip
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
switch. The Patriots were not a good football team last year. Gerard Mayo had 1 year as a head coach, and I agree. The Titans organization, ever since the trade for A.J. Brown, it's only been downhill. Their commitment to Ryan Tannehill past his prime. Obviously, that trade for A.J. Brown, Vrabel didn't approve of, and then he became the scapegoat in that building. They switched with Callahan, who's now fired, and Cam Ward's having to play with arguably the worst offensive and potentially one of the worst defensive rosters in modern-day football. So bad on the Titans for firing Vrabel, good on New England for getting him there because, wow, they've turned that franchise around. And then the Rams are the NFC frontrunners. After yesterday, they played the Seahawks, who in my opinion were arguably the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
They intercepted Sam Darnold 4 times, but they
Seeing
still
goes.
they still only won by 2. The Seahawks defense is great. Like, it's good.
So, who do you think is going to win the NFC West? Because that's a tough division. I mean, if you look at it, the the 49ers.
The Niners are probably they might make the playoffs.
They're kind of still in it though. But I mean, like if you look at it, the
They're
Rams
not-
are only 8-2. The
it's
Seahawks
gonna
are 7-3. I think
man.
it's gonna be the Rams. I think the Rams are.
Seahawks
Yeah.
are only 1 game behind now.
I just don't think the Rams or the Seahawks have it in them.
Shout out to Devontae Adams, 1,000th career reception for a touchdown.
Wow.
Former
What was his
Packer.
1,000 touchdown.
No, that's great, bro. What?
1,000th touchdown?
That's not even physically possible.
1,000th touchdown?
What?
It's been a long week,
I was playing Retro Bowl. Oh
It's
my
Monday.
god.
Oh, you are playing Red Bowl right now.
I'm going insane.
Congrats to Devontae Adam on Devontae Adam scoring his 1,000th touchdown.
I just said it was a long week. It's Monday.
It's
guys.
true. Yeah. Also, guys, the Chicago Bears are the best team in the NFC North.
Don't you dare say that. Don't you dare say that.
Kidding. They're not the best team in the North. I've been saying they're frauds for weeks. They've won very close games.
Let's look
against
at their
bad teams.
schedule, shall we?
Yeah, let's look at the upcoming schedule. Brett, talk about it.
All right, for this Bears upcoming schedule, they currently have a rough road ahead of them. There's only a couple games where I think realistically the Bears got it in them to win. Other than that, it's not looking good for them. First of all, they're playing their daddy, a.k.a. Aaron Rodgers.
Jacob.
Sorry.
It's true though.
It is
If
true.
he plays, he's got a wrist
The
issue.
owner,
He's gonna play. I really want him to play against the Bears.
I do too.
Yes, the owner of the Chicago Bears, Aaron Rodgers, will be playing the Bears this Sunday. I don't know if he's going to play due to his wrist injury, but if he does, I expect the Steelers to win. Then they have to face the Eagles for the, Black Friday game. Black Friday football. That will be at Philadelphia, and then they play the Packers. The only game I can see out of this stretch in the next 4 weeks is they play the Browns. That's probably an easy win. Then they play the Packers again, then the 49ers, and then the Lions. There is one game where I think they can win, and that
The
is
rest of the
against
teams
Browns.
are above 500.
Yes.
Yeah, and which are all in the playoff picture. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, besides Cleveland. Wow.
So yes, the
That's
Bears
bad.
are 7-3, looking ahead, but realistically, they could finish the season out 8-9.
Yeah.
That is not looking good. If they have that big of a downfall, I will.
Biggest frauds in the
I
NFL.
still
Oh
think
my
the
gosh.
Lions and the Packers. I'd say definitely the Lions are a better team than the Bears. I would just say like the Bears. They're such a slightly above average team that's gotten gritty wins. The thing with the Packers, potentially, they have the potential to be the best team in the NFL.
Even if you look at the
But
games
we're
they
not.
won, even if you look at the games they won, they only beat the Vikings by 2. The Vikings are not that good.
That was on a game
They
winning
beat the
field goal
Giants by
drive.
4. They beat the Raiders by 1 on a
The
blocked
Bengals
field
by
goal.
5.
And they don't beat the
Got-
Giants if Jackson Dart doesn't get hurt in that game.
Got crushed by the Lions, 52-21.
Yeah.
So it's just, and then they lost to the Vikings week 1. So it's just,
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know. But
And that'll take us on to the NBA update. You guys can talk a little bit more. I'm just going to kind of introduce it. The Milwaukee Bucks are 8-6 right now and 7th in the East. The Bucks are also 2-0 in the East Group C of the midseason Cup tournament. I went to the first midseason Cup game in Milwaukee. It was kind of a field trip sponsored by our professor, and it was a sports management day. I got to walk on the new court. It was brand new, green. It was so cool. Great game. We played the Chicago Bulls, where we took it, and that was
Giannis
awesome.
played out of his mind.
Giannis is a freak on the court. And
Giannis probably won't win
Ding,
MVP
ding,
this
ding,
year,
ding.
but he's making a case for MVP. But I don't.
he's
think
in
he'll
the
win it.
voting right now.
He is, along with Jokic and
Gross.
I was going to say
Luka.
Wembanyama, but yeah, Wemby's out now for 4 weeks. Unfortunately,
He'll still win DPOI.
We'll see.
DPOI.
We'll see. Through that. I think that was from
What
last
happened
time.
to
I don't know
Wemby?
if I wrote that.
Low calf strain, I think.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about the Bucks a little bit? One thing I'll say is Ryan Rollins. Oh my gosh, he's been awesome. Miles Turner's been very. He'll get better.
Great offseason acquisition.
I think he's been really
I love
solid.
that signing
But yeah.
because we needed another center to replace Brooke Lopez.
Oh, Miles Turner. Love Miles Turner.
Yes.
He's probably my second favorite Buck. I'm going to be honest. I love the guy. I love everything about him.
He builds Legos. So that's pretty
his
fire.
my next jersey purchase will be Miles Turner.
Yeah.
It will.
Wow.
I think he's a great guy. Yeah, the Bucks are playing pretty good so far. I know that their record's a little bit above average, but I think they're on the uprise. I mean, I know I always say this, but they are still one of the top teams in the East. Ryan Rollins, like you mentioned, he's been playing out of his mind to start the season.
Yeah.
Really stepping into that number one role when Giannis is not playing, which you'd love to see out of a guy that was a two-way player 2 seasons ago, and now he's one of your top players. Like with especially Damian Lillard no longer on the team. Like, you love to see that.
Yeah, it's awesome. And they've just been fun to watch. Giannis, I mean, obviously without Giannis, some games they've played all right. Like that first game against the Raptors, I don't think they had Giannis, and they played really good.
Yeah.
A couple games ago in Charlotte, without Giannis, they didn't play great. But one thing I will say is KPJ has only played in the first game, and since then he's been out. So once we get him back, we're one of the best teams in the
Even
East.
that, like Torian Prince isn't playing, and he's valuable.
That's true.
But I'm kind of going back to the big game that the Bucks played was that second Cup game against the Charlotte Hornets where they won that one 147-134.
That one was fun.
Kyle Kuzma had 29
Yeah,
points. and 10
Kuzma's
rebounds.
good.
Wow, that was just saying. Like wait for Kyle Kuzma.
Because
Finally coming around.
Because last season after we got him, like he was good after we traded for him, but then
Come
in the
playoffs,
playoffs
he was just
did
non-existent.
nothing. Goose egg.
Yep. So the thing they changed is that he's coming off the bench now, and he's
Smart.
no longer at that 3 spot. So he was playing a lot of small forward where Kyle Kuzma isn't great at that position. He plays the 4 where Giannis is. So coming off the bench, he's been able to step into that number 1 role off the bench where he can kind of shot create at his own, make plays for himself.
So you think he's our new 6-man?
I think he's a great 6-man.
I think it's probably a toss between him and Bobby Portis, so wouldn't
Oh,
you
yeah,
agree?
for sure. But that bench is very scary. I mean, Cole Anthony has his games where he plays well. Obviously, Gary Trent Jr. steps down. I think Kuzma started a game, but even it looks good. It really does.
Yeah.
They've been playing pretty good this year, and I love watching him. I think there's not one player on this team I really just don't like. They all step up when they do, except for Andre Jackson Jr. You can leave the team. But, yeah, other than that, I really enjoy the team, and I think they're only going up from here.
Cole, thoughts?
Bucks are.
You just went.
I think the Bucks are going to make a push for the title this year. They really
I
are.
like that. I like that.
I think.
I'm not saying they're going to win like this guy did last year, but they're going to make a push.
Okay. Yeah, you just didn't see the vision like me.
What happened? to
Yeah,
that
I didn't
vision?
see the vision. Yeah, what happened? They lost in
I
the
think
first round of
they're
the Pacers. What happened?
Realistically, there's a couple guys that could move. Like I mentioned, Ajax. Jericho Sims, I thought he was going to have a bigger role in this team. He's kind of going down a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's a couple guys that could be moved for a potential trade target. I'm kind of looking at that 1 or 2 guard. If the Bucks can get a good guy off the bench at that 1 or 2 guard position, I think that this team could be scary at the trade deadline. Not on a big piece, but like a guy like a Patrick Beverly a couple of years ago.
Yeah, role player.
Or a PJ Tucker. I think
Okay.
something like
I
that.
miss
Like,
PJ Tucker.
Me too.
That's just gritty down low or something like
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, I think they're one guy away from that, and then they'll be a pretty good contender.
Yeah. That'll really wrap us up for the NBA update, unless you guys have anything else to talk about with the rest of the league.
No.
No?
Warriors are still good.
Yeah, they are.
Warriors are
Steph
indeed still
Curry.
good. Steph.
Jimmy
Have
Butler.
you
You
watched
guys
the
aren't ready for
Spurs
this.
Warriors game? My
I think
brother
Curry
was.
needs to be entered into the GOAT conversation.
All right. I'm down for it.
That is a fair statement.
I'm down for
I think
it.
he's one championship away.
Once he won that 4th championship is when I did put him into that conversation myself.
Even that, it's the Olympic performance I watched.
That too.
Oh my god! I think that is. I'm gonna be honest. That is the best basketball I've ever watched in my entire life. Was when he played for the Olympic team a couple off seasons ago.
Yeah.
During the summer. Sorry, you're just staring at me like this. Continue seriously. But yeah, Curry's a great basketball player. I love watching him. I will never hate Steph Curry.
I wasn't a fan of him when he won his 2nd and 3rd championships, just because he was carried by Kevin Durant a little bit.
Whoa!
I'm kidding. He wasn't.
My
bad. My bad.
I can't make a high voice. My voice has been going out. I sound like Liam Stats.
Hey, guys. I'm telling all the purple.
Oh no, my bobblehead.
Yeah. I'm going to bring up college football really quickly. James Franklin, breaking news, hired by Virginia Tech. So that's the first big free agent coach signing or hiring, I guess. Pretty cool. I guess we'll see if they'll also be really well or play really well and then lose to all ranked teams. The SEC makes no sense as well. This past weekend, Oklahoma beat Alabama, right? That's what happened. And then Alabama beat Georgia. Georgia beat Texas, and Texas beat Oklahoma. Pretty sure I have that right. That's crazy. That one linebacker from Texas Tech looks
Heisman
awesome.
candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
Has a
good.
defensive player ever won the Heisman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
right.
But no, there's
I
been
knew
a
long time.
defensive players in the conversation lots of years.
Yeah.
Of course, it's always going to go to offense because
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah, it is. It is. Any thoughts on college football this year, gentlemen? Obviously,
I
the
haven't been
Badgers-
paying attention because the Badgers suck.
Badgers lost to.
They made it close in the first half and
They
then
did.
had a total of 24 yards in the second half.
Carter Smith's the future, though.
He looks
At least
nice.
there's one good Smith quarterback, and then
Dang, bro. Holy dang. Okay, well, that's all from us. We were so glad to have been back. It was a ton of fun. We'll be back next week as well. We won't have a little hiatus, but it's been fun. Thank you, Cole and Brett, for coming back onto the show. Really quick, what was that breaking news that you guys saw earlier?
breaking news. Oh, we were just going to talk about the WIA.
Yeah, WIA state tournament's coming up for football.
Hit it.
Hit
Let's
it.
do it. Why not?
So for Division I, Bayport, the defending champions, will be facing Arrowhead
Oh,
at 7 o'clock.
Go Bayport.
Is that tonight?
Gosh.
That's this Friday.
This Friday. So you're not going to be watching that. You're going to be watching the Pointer Studios live stream of men's hockey. But
You will.
after the game, check out that score. That's pretty cool.
That's going to be a good matchup.
Good luck to those teams. That is going to be a good
Division
matchup.
2, Notre Dame versus West Appear. Notre Dame has an insane running back right now.
Really?
Kingston Allen, Wisconsin Badgers offered him a contract. He, in his first 2 games of the WIAA playoffs, 15 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
I said that correctly.
2
That's like
games?
Most of that's all in the first half, by the way.
15 touchdowns, Jacob Spoerl. 15
He
in
is
2 games.
He is on a different level right now. It's insane. And
He's a Wisconsin Badger.
Division
The
3.
Badgers need to do everything in their power to get this
Yes.
kid. I don't care if he's a 3-star. I do not care.
Yeah.
I think he's a 3 or 4-star.
he's only a junior.
He's a junior.
Dang. Wow. Well,
Grafton versus Reedsburg for Division 3.
Shout out Grafton.
yeah.
Division 4, Roanoke County versus Little Chute. Little Chute, their running back balled out too.
Little Shoot's getting
All right. There we go.
Division 5, we have Northwestern versus Mayville. I think Mayville's going to take that. Mayville's always on top. Division 6, Edgar versus Darlington. Edgar's got that. And Division 7, Liam's Cochrane Fountain City
Hey.
versus Kenosha St. Joseph Catholic.
Oh, shoot. I worked over there, or not there, but close by this summer. So, awesome. Do you have anything else?
No.
No.
Mommy made me
Oh,
mash my
Pat
M&Ms.
Murphy won.
Oh, my.
Man.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
here.
Pat Murphy, back-to-back NL Manager of the Year. Congrats to Big Pat. Hopefully we can get ourselves a 3rd next season and maybe a World Series. Just asking.
We're delusional here at Pointer Studios.
We are. But that's all from us today. Thank you, Cole, and thank you, Brett, for coming back on the show. Thank you, Liam Sheen, helping out in the fishbowl, and everyone else that has helped set up. I have been Jacob Spoerl. And, yeah, from all of us here at SportsPoint, we'll see you next time.
Yes.